This podcast absolutely, unequivocally, positively, 100% contains adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome back to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm your host, Me.
And I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And we are the ADHD of podcasting. We also bring our solutions to your problems. Today, we are coming to you from that little trailer park in Los Abanas, Texas. Baby, tell us about Los Abanas.
Are you saying Ebenes or
Y-B-A-N-E-S. No, no.
I don't know.
Los Abanas.
You know what? You say it. I can't say
All
it.
right.
It's fine. But I can tell you that 2010, according to the census, population was only 19,
Woo.
making it the municipality with the smallest population in Texas. But it was made because of everything else around was dry. You know, this is another one of those.
We end up in a lot of those.
Which I'm really surprised because you are not about the dry places.
Well,
That's why
they made
we're
it.
here.
That's right. They made it because everywhere around it was dry.
Right,
And we
right.
have to have a place to drink.
No, you have to have a place to drink.
You, me, we, same thing.
Okay.
All right.
All right. It's all the same. We're all in the same place. It's fine. It's fine.
Real quick,
Okay.
and I don't want to get tied up on it, but you got to attend the ballet last night. You took the girls. Was it everything you thought it was going to be?
It was. It was just like a ballet, I guess, supposed to be, because I've never been to a ballet before.
Y'all all looked really nice.
Thanks. We all felt very pretty.
I'm glad you got to go out and be fancy.
And that's what I told them. I said, at least we can be fancy.
And I couldn't give you a limo, but I did let you drive my truck.
And I appreciate that because there was plenty of room in it.
The big truck.
You got a nice truck. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So we all enjoyed it. It was fun.
So today's story comes from the subreddit Relationship Advice.
I think that's
Yep. So what do you got?
where it's at. Okay, so I'm kind of gammering through there trying to find something that I feel that we could actually talk about or whatever. And this one kind of
Real quick, there's a plethora of topics on there. You don't want to talk about you're like boring. I'm like, wow, funny, haha.
well, then maybe you should look because
I
what
do
I
look.
feel that we
Shh,
can.
shh. All right, we can
Are
what?
you gonna do this so I quit looking over there?
Oh yeah, here you go.
Okay,
Is that better?
it is.
All right.
I appreciate it. Now I can talk to you.
Yay!
Yay. Anyway, I feel that I don't want to discuss something that I have nothing to discuss with. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay,
I have no.
but you're okay with freshish and ice cream
experience.
trucks.
Well, I was there for that.
Were
and
you?
It was funny.
Okay,
It was funny. Fresh-ish.
all right.
It was absolutely funny. This is not funny.
This is relationship
know,
advice. It's
but
what
it
we
is.
do.
Well, I mean,
I had a
do we
comment today.
Really?
I had a comment today.
Uh-huh.
One of my coworkers, real higher up,
Okay.
called me the other day and he goes, well, what's the name of your podcast? And I'm like, look,
Oh,
I don't know if I should be sharing that information with you, seeing how you're kind of my superior
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if we're crossing lines. Okay.
Right.
But I ended up
right.
telling him anyway, because he had to drive to Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay. Wow, that's
And
a long
yeah,
drive.
and
right?
it was a lot of episodes. But he goes, your Thanksgiving Day story about the turkey, he goes, cracked me up all the way to fucking
the stabbing
Sydney-
turkey.
the
Oh
squeeze.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Shit
Yeah.
like that. I enjoy shit like
I'm
that.
out of stories.
And I feel
I'm out of
that
stories.
I doubt
Oh, I am.
you're out of stories.
I am out of stories.
Doubt it. I doubt it. So now we're reaching and trying to get into other people's stories.
Yes.
And I don't know what you find appealing, but
Let's work on it. Okay.
talk about, oh well, my boyfriend,
The guy who licks his fingers was really kind of fucking weird.
that was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The smelly vajayjay. That's a serious topic. That's like some Jerry
Right.
Springer, Oprah
But-
Winfrey shit.
But I find it kind of funny because we're a couple of years in, and we're just now like relationship advising.
I know.
It
We're so
just-
fucked up.
It's like, really?
I'm out of
So,
stories. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh.
I know you're not out of stories.
Well, we'll work on
I
it as
know
we
you're
go,
not.
right? I'll bring it. So
Right.
ADHD. Let's get back into the
Okay.
topic. I kind of found this one pretty interesting.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going through it and I'm trying to find something, and I come across this one where this guy marries his high school sweetheart, pretty much from the way I read, like directly out of high school. So they're young and they get married and they're living this great, wonderful life together and enjoying each other for about 6 years. And then unfortunately, she gets into a vehicle accident and passes away. And so
man.
he's done, right? He just,
I
you
feel
know,
him on that.
he goes to work, he comes home. That's what he does. That's, you know, he does nothing special. He doesn't date. He doesn't do anything.
Imagine just standing there and everything's happy go lucky, and then somebody reaches in and rips your heart out of your chest. How would you fucking feel?
Right. No, I get it. I absolutely get it. About 4 years after his wife had passed away, he's at a
God, wait. He waited 4 fucking years? Who would wait 4 years? Anyway,
you
go
would
ahead.
wait 4 minutes, right?
Days, baby. I'd give it days.
Hours.
I'll compromise on that one. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So anyway, about 4 years after his wife passes away, he meets a lady at a work conference or works function or whatever. And they kind of hit it off. So they start talking as friends and confides in her about, losing his wife and, things like this. So she knows. But after about a year or so, they actually form a relationship and decide that they're going to start dating or whatever. And so the lady moves in with him, and underneath his bed, he has a box. He knew it was there, but he hadn't really thought about it, right? Because it's under his bed. And so after she moves in, she finds the box and she questions him, hey, what's in the box? And he's like, oh, some stuff that I have from my wife who's passed away, some pictures and probably a couple of cards and just stuff like that. So I'm thinking it's like a shoebox is what I'm thinking.
Or a keepsake, right? A keepsake chest or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't feel it's a big, humongous thing. Apparently, it offends her very badly. And so she told him, you got to get rid of this or I'm moving out.
Ooh. Well, no. All right, let's just go there.
I mean,
we're to the point to where if you died and I moved on.
Oh, you will move on.
All right. If that happens,
yes,
she would end up wearing your clothes because I'm throwing nothing away. Okay.
What if she's not the same size I am?
You better go on a diet or gain some weight, depending one way or the other.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fucked up, right? You can't throw somebody's memory away like that, especially somebody you cared about. And I don't know, as a spouse, whatever happened in your past is in your past.
Right. This is in a box under his bed. It's not like he's made a big shrine in a room or something like that. Or he constantly compares you to his deceased partner or whatever. Because I know it's hard to believe I have family, right? Actually, from experience, not personal experience, I have a cousin whose wife did pass away a few years ago.
Unexpectedly?
No, I mean, it was kind of expected, but it doesn't matter how prepared you are for it.
I know, but I'm just telling you, I think there's a difference. Look, I think, and I don't mean to interrupt your story, ADHD.
No, I know what you're saying.
I think there's a difference between I'm diagnosed with cancer and we got 6 months and you got this time to prepare. Right. Versus me coming home and you never coming home.
Right.
Okay.
No,
what the fuck?
I get it. I feel that there is a difference, but at the same time, I don't know. You don't get to experience what you feel was a fulfilling relationship. So it bothers you or whatever, right? Okay. Always. Well, anyway, so my family member's wife passed away. They knew it was coming, but it doesn't make it any easier.
I'm not
doesn't
saying
matter how
that,
much you prepare. You're not
but I
ready.
Still think having time to look, and this is just I don't have any personal experience with death on this scale. Okay,
right.
I would feel that having time to prepare, having time to I think you start that grieving process once you know. I mean, I got 6 months. You're going to start
to a
that grieving.
degree.
And then, it's going to build up and dead. Cody's going to be sending text messages to my mom. It's going to end up funny. But I'm just telling you, coming home and expecting that sandwich to be made.
Yeah.
And then not having that sandwich. It's not about the sandwich. I'm being funny. But that is tragic. That is the end for a while right there. Right. I don't even know how you get around that corner.
I can't explain it.
I can't. I've never been there.
So needless to say, it was a while, but my family member did end up meeting somebody else and they got married. And I feel he idolizes his previous relationship with his dead spouse way too much. He has compared one to the other, and you cannot do that. Now, if this guy was doing that, by all means, maybe, step out, because I don't feel it'll change for a while. What?
I can just imagine they're in bed, they're getting ready to go at it. They get their clothes off. He reaches under the bed and pulls out a picture, and he's like, "Can you hold this?"
Oh no! I don't think this guy was doing it, because I feel that
fuck.
After 4 years, he probably put the box underneath there, trying to help his grieving process or whatever. And
let's just say she was cremated, okay? And I don't know the story.
Right. Now it
urn.
didn't say in
right.
there.
Okay, it didn't say. But let's just say she was cremated. Now he has the urn, and he has it up on a fucking shelf.
Right.
It's like my dear beloved spouse. Then 4 years later, he meets somebody. She's like, throw out the box, get rid of the fucking urn. What? Really?
No. I don't feel that you can make demands in a relationship
I don't either.
like that.
I don't either.
I really don't. Let's say your mom or anybody, passed away, you get the ashes, you want them, whether it be a spouse or whatever. I have no right to tell you that you have to get rid of them. But that is your family. You see what I'm saying?
In that case, though, and let's just say once or twice a year, especially on the anniversary of your death or the anniversary of when we got married, if maybe I'm in a depressed mood or I'm thinking about it, those were good times, right?
Right.
I mean, am I not allowed to mourn? And am I not allowed to mourn once a year for the next 50 years? That's a weird demand on somebody, is to try to control their fucking feelings. That's fucked up.
Yeah, you can't do it. I don't agree with her. I really don't.
I can understand the idolizing or the comparing, right? If I compared you to my dead spouse, like, well, that's not the way Sally made the fucking salad.
Exactly.
Salad. You see what I did there?
No, I see.
Right.
I see. She
she
put the lettuce on the other side of the sandwich.
Maybe you should try to do this or that the way she did. That could get a little fucking annoying, right?
Right.
And then at that point, it's almost like I'm expecting you to conform to what she did versus you being your own person,
right?
But you allowing me to mourn.
So it's kind of like I'm trying to make you my dead spouse.
And sometimes these stories, if he posted it, it can be one-sided. He might be leaving out some details like that. Is he putting her in a situation? So it's like a comparative situation. We don't know.
Right.
We would have to actually get her side of the story.
Yeah, he didn't really say anything, but I mean, I was just like, wow, that's crazy. I can't see people putting limitations on people's feelings. That's not them. But you were talking about, well, Sally did my salad this way, blah, blah, blah. And my family member has done things like that.
He has not.
He has. And I'm like,
I bet this guy?
Probably in passing, I'm sure, or whatever. But the thing is, now, like I said, he, remarried and everything else. But he's like, yep. When I die, she's going with me. And
is that unreasonable?
I mean, it's not unreasonable.
I mean, is this like some awkward threesome?
What do you mean? What?
You're my wife. She passed. She's in an urn. She's up on the shelf. You're my wife. I pass. Would you put her urn in with me?
If you want, if that's what you want. My thing is, whatever your wishes are.
Would that be okay with you, though? You would fulfill those wishes.
I would. Me personally, I would fulfill.
And then if I
your
wanted you to come
wishes.
in there with us and have this after death threesome thing, would you do that? So you're not that
I-
dedicated, is what you're trying to say.
No, I mean, if that's what you want, I wouldn't do it because I'd be dead. Somebody else would have to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
but that happens in according with your wishes, though.
true.
I don't know. I don't know if I that's weird. I would probably.
So maybe just get married once and that's it, right?
I don't
No,
think
I'm
I
just
don't think
kidding.
most of the time it works that way anymore.
No, I don't think so either.
I think we have this
most,
this learning marriage, and then some people it takes a
you
couple
know-
of learning marriages.
but I mean, would you really call it a learning marriage?
Have you known
It's
people?
funny because some people will know each other for years, date, whatever, then get married, and within 2 years they're like, "Yep, I'm done. I'm out of here." Right? And then you've got other people that meet, and 6 months later they're married, and then they're married for 50 years. I feel a lot of it has to be your dedication process.
Well, right,
Or
right.
Yes, it's how dedicated am I to this?
And you get to that, and we've had this conversation before about the roles in marriage, and not necessarily the roles, but the
Right.
hierarchy. Right? It's got to be the parents and then the children.
Yes.
If one spouse is always being put out because of the children, that puts them in a precarious, and it's like, what about me and all that,
Right. Right.
Hang
What
on
do
just a
I
second.
have to do?
Can you give me a minute? What
Yeah.
you need to do is get in there and make that salad like Sally made it. That's what you need to do.
That's what I need to do. Yeah.
But
No, that's I don't know. I found something like that is definitely what I feel is definitely worth discussing.
yeah,
because
did good.
You just
Man, we got serious for a minute. Let's kind of go on a different direction here real quick.
absolutely.
You figure we worked that one all the way through?
We worked it all the way through because I don't feel he was idolizing. He was,
Like I told
this
you,
is
we
his
only got his side
grieving-
of the story though.
Right, but this is part of his grieving process, and some people it takes a long time to get over, and you never really get over someone
No, that you really cared about.
that you
No.
really care about,
And I think
stuff
it's
like
foolish
that.
to expect somebody to do that.
Yes. I don't care if, I'm going to tell you because, yes, I have turned into a blubbering, babbling fucking idiot since my dad passed away. And I don't think I will ever get over that.
That's your dad. Nobody expects you to. I'm not telling you
yeah,
you got to
but
go and forget that motherfucker right now.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So I feel that there are just some relationships, no matter how much time goes by,
So
you never get over.
Is your second marriage, just say if you go into a second marriage,
Mm-hmm.
there's typically two reasons. You're a widow or you're divorced. So is it
Yes.
easier to go into a second marriage being a divorcee versus a widow or widower?
I don't know. I mean, I've never.
And then, see, that's the fucked up thing to me is because maybe your first spouse you did love and you expected to spend the rest of your life with,
right.
and then
I feel that you always expect that with the first spouse anyway.
no, No,
Really?
no.
Oh, I did.
not me.
I did. I was
No.
like, dude, I can't wait to tell people we've been married 40 years. I did.
Wow.
I did. I did. I went in very confident that was going to be
So you thought you would be lifelong?
lifelong forever. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I mean, I I don't lie to you. And that
I mean,
absolutely
maybe you should start.
Why? Oh, baby.
It would
Oh.
help. It build some confidence in some places.
No, I do love you. Okay.
Wow, it's that big.
No, I'm just saying
Hmm.
that's how I went into that marriage.
How did you come
Good.
into ours? Like, fuck it. If it
Same
works,
thing.
it works. Bullshit.
No, same thing.
Bullshit.
But you tell me every couple of months, I'm gonna die in a year. I'm gonna be
I
dead in
don't
2
think-
years. I'm gonna be dead in 2 months.
I
You
was
tell
talking
me
with a
that.
guy-
You've
No,
been telling
fucking
me that for
look,
20
I
years,
was
and
talking
you
to-
still here.
I was talking to a guy today at a bubblegum wrapper company, right? I
Okay.
had to go there.
Okay.
And he's a 50-year-old-ish guy. Looks pretty in shape, kind of
Nice.
cool. Listens to the podcast. He'll know who I'm
Okay.
talking about.
All right.
And he was talking about how he had 3 heart attacks in one day. And he just felt kind of.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
3 heart attacks?
3 heart attacks in one
and
day.
he lived?
Oh, he's still. Yeah. Well, I mean, apparently he's still there. So.
Yeah, but wow.
Well, they were minor. I mean, I say minor.
You know what? For me, heart attack. It's a heart attack. There's no minor, major. It's a fucking heart attack.
And that's basically what the doctor told him. So here's how it goes, okay? And real quick, and this ain't the subject we were going to talk about, but we'll get to that here either next episode or whatever.
Okay.
He said he was at work and he was starting to feel a little tired, so he went home. Apparently that was number 1. Okay. And so he's on the way home and he's like, man, I just fucking can't stay awake.
Oh,
driving
shit.
home, yeah. He gets home, calls his girlfriend, her girlfriend calls him. She's like, you don't ever leave work. You're not feeling good. I think you should go to the doctor. He goes, nah, I'm going to lay down, take a nap, get up and go to the bar. So he says he was on the couch. Yeah, right. Well, right.
I mean, it's a guy thing.
We're men. We're men. It's what we do. Okay?
Exactly.
So he says he's on the couch, but he can't get comfortable. And he goes, I'm really not feeling that good. Let me go to the clinic, right? So he goes to like Concentra or somewhere, the
Minute Clinic.
Yeah, the off-brand ER.
Off-brand.
Off-brand. The Kmart of ERs, right?
Okay, got you.
So he goes to the off-brand ER, and he goes in there, and he said he wasn't feeling good then either.
Mm-hmm.
Then the doctor runs an EKG on him. He goes, well, let's just do an EKG just to make sure. And the doctor came back, and he goes, look, I've called the paramedics. They're on their way. They're going to put you on a gurney. You got about 20 minutes to get to the hospital. And he goes, I think you've had about 3 heart attacks and you need to go.
Holy shit.
Can you imagine that news? So he says,
my God.
he gets in the ambulance and they're hauling ass down the highway at about 120 miles an hour, gets into the ER, and they run a catheter. And he said they went in their arm. They went in his arm all the way up. He had 100% blockage in one vein or artery or whatever by his heart. Blow it up, put in the stent, So yeah, and then I'm like, what a fucking idiot am I? Because sometimes I feel like lightheaded and I'm like, am I having these mild type heart attacks? And I get in this, I've got to go to fucking work. I've got bills I ain't got time for a fucking heart attack. I don't have fucking time.
Okay, well, you know what? You might not have time for a heart attack. So
I don't.
You probably
So,
should
you know what?
make
Hang
time
on.
to
Hang
go
on.
to a doctor.
Hang the
just to
fuck
get
on. Hang
checked
the fuck
out.
on.
Okay.
Better keep working. All right, we're good.
Yeah, I'm just saying, how long it had been before he had gone to the doctor, before he went to the Minute Clinic or whatever?
From the way he talks, about 4 hours. He went home in the morning and...
No. The last time he went to the doctor before he went to the Minute
We don't
Clinic.
go to the doctor before we go to the Minute
saying.
Clinic.
So maybe...
The Minute Clinic is the doctor.
So maybe you need to at least get checked out once a year.
I've
That's
asked
what
you.
they tell us.
I've asked you.
Wait,
Huh?
you are a grown man
Who needs adult leadership. I'm just letting you know.
I mean, you
mature,
do
not
have
adult,
a point there.
but a little bit of mature. What do I do now in adulthood? I've never been here. Okay, this is the first time I've turned 50.
This is the oldest I've ever been.
Guess who's got experience?
Yes.
Being 50.
Well, you said you were going to look at your doctor.
I told you we
Your
would sit
doctor
down and work
list.
it out together and try to find the doctor. But you know what? I mean, we have different insurance. Maybe we shouldn't have the same doctor. If it comes back that I've got AIDS, I don't know if I want you to know. I'm gonna Charlie Sheen the fuck out of that shit.
If I got gonorrhea herpes,
Right?
I'm not telling
Not
you
telling
either.
you.
I'm not telling you.
When your fucking vagina's on fire, I might notice. But here's some water. Can you snuff that out?
Move that over. No.
But yeah, it was freaking me out. And now I'm to the point.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
I'm a little overweight.
Are you?
I've already had cancer once, survived. Thank you. Yeah, been
Yes.
there, done that.
Yep.
Have a little different outlook. I kind of want to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
And that's
Because I might
exactly what you do.
Right. Well, because I might be dead tomorrow. Okay. I don't want to be on the
Okay, but
couch.
I don't want you to be dead tomorrow, okay?
I don't want me to either. But the plan's the plan. Okay.
But if you can
I didn't write the plan.
prevent it.
I didn't write the plan.
No, I know, but if you can curve the plan into something else, maybe, it won't go that way, but you have to go to a doctor.
here's the problem with going to the doctor.
They always tell you bad
Always
news.
tell me bad
You know
news.
why? Because you only go to the doctor when you feel bad. That's why they give you bad news. If you went to
The
the
last
doctor
time-
when you weren't sick,
The last time I went to the doctor, they took a third of my fucking lung. What are they going to take
Okay,
next? A
but
kidney,
you
a pancreas, a nut, a
but
prostate? I'm attached to my prostate, okay?
you weren't feeling good is why you went to the doctor. That's what I'm saying.
That was luck.
So if you try to be regular at going to the doctor,
Oh, I thought you meant
you're not-
pooping. I'm pretty regular
at pooping,
at pooping.
yes, about 20 minutes after you eat
Yeah,
every
why?
single time.
That's
I
so
don't know
weird.
why. Mine's about 20 days after I eat. It's fine. 20 hours. Oh, way more than 20 hours. So it's got to be 20 days. So
I'm a 3 times a day shitter. I mean, that has never been a problem for me.
I wonder how I would feel if I pooped every single day.
Probably relieved and vacated
But
and not
I-
bloated.
I don't always feel bloated, but I just
How do you not? I don't know how we go from having a heart attack to shitting every day, but how do you not poop every day?
I
That is
don't
the
know.
weirdest fucking thing to me.
I don't know, but apparently it runs in my family, okay? Because
The runs are in your family?
No,
Nope.
not pooping every day runs in my family.
Does it?
Apparently it does. Yes,
Wow.
I know. It's
okay, so
weird.
you know what? This week or next month, I'll look for a doctor.
It will have to be next month because this is the end of the year. And
so the heart attack's going to have to wait until January, is what you're telling
at
me.
At least wait till after the first of the year.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. You have to wait till after the first of the year before you die or before you have a
Appreciate
heart
it.
attack. Okay.
I had to, so I went the last 3 years without having a beneficiary in my 401k.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know. And they sent me, apparently there's enough, there's like $3 or $4 in there now. They're like, you might want a beneficiary. So I'm like, can you put down, I'm typing, I'm like, future girlfriend.
There you
Yeah.
go. Somebody that's probably in kindergarten or third grade now, right?
I'll be that 70-year-old looking for a fucking, that's fucked up too.
But it's true.
It is true.
It's you.
Oh
Why
my
you
God,
guys?
dudes, really?
Okay,
You
now
look
I
at
have
it?
to ask you
Oh,
this. I have
no.
to ask you this because you're a guy, and I have no experience being a guy whatsoever.
Never had a pecker?
Never had a pecker. So why is it? Let's just say I'm 60 years old, right?
You or me?
Okay, pretend I'm you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but you're
Asshole.
gonna yeah, but you're gonna give me advice, okay?
Okay, gotcha.
Because I don't really know.
Is that where we really want to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm 60, right?
Okay.
Nothing really works from my belt loop down.
Without the help. I mean, they have medicine for that now.
Oh, okay, but I haven't
Yeah.
went and got the medicine or
Okay.
anything,
All
right?
Okay.
But I see this little 25-year-old, and I'm like, "Sup, sugar," right? And make her believe somehow or another, I lie to her enough that she believes
Right?
it works, right? Now,
Because in the dark, she can't tell the difference between a dildo and me.
that's not
Keep
true.
the lights off.
But why, knowing
What's that
That's what I'm
term? Fake
saying.
it till you make it.
but knowing that it doesn't work, why do I want to give the impression that it does to everybody?
Look, here's the deal.
Because I'm a guy? Is that just a guy
At 60
thing?
years old,
Yeah.
99% of the time we know we're going to hit on a 25-year-old and she's going to be like, get fucked, pervert. Okay?
Or
And then we
what's
get
your
caught-
retirement look like,
Right.
dude? I mean, you
But
have those 25-year-olds.
If I was 60-year-olds and flew in a private helicopter and got out into the limo, they would swarm me.
Yes.
They know it don't work. They know the wallet opens. That's all they're looking for. They're like, oh my God, I got to fucking scrub your bunions and suck your soft pecker. Wow. Okay, here we go.
But why? If it doesn't work, why bother it?
Because we're still fucking 20.
or 13. I mean, you're 13.
That's a little weird, but okay.
You're 13, between
We've had
13
that
and
conversation.
15. I know, 13 and 15 forever. So
I like looking at them. Don't get me wrong. And it's not, Oh my God. Y'all come into this like, oh, disrespect, they're looking at other women. Look.
No, first of all, your eyes are not broken. You ain't dead. You
No,
look.
not
I don't
yet.
care.
Not yet.
not till after the first.
Not till
of the
after
year.
the first of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not dead, and my eyes are not broke. They work too, just like yours
Shia
do.
LaBeouf.
I do. No.
Bitch, you basically nutted looking at his picture in the fucking magazine.
No.
I walked in there and you
First-
slipped out of the fucking chair.
First of all, what you're talking about was many years ago.
Hang on. Slip. You fucking get right
No.
to yes.
I didn't even know that's who that was.
Yeah,
There were a few
uh-huh.
pictures. I was like,
All
dang,
you
this
knew-
guy
All you
looking
knew
good.
was that motherfucker was 20 years younger than you
No,
and you were ready to
all I
ride that
know,
horse.
He was looking
Shit.
good.
Yeah.
So your eyes are not broke. My
No.
eyes are not broke. We can still look. But I promise you, I'm not going, ooh, 25? What's
Fuck
up?
off.
What's up, baby? You know, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
You ready to close the show?
Yeah.
All
Yes,
right.
we can.
Hey, thanks for listening this week to Me and Mrs. Always Right. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please email us at meandmrsalwaysright@gmail.com. All complaints go to Trevor the intern. I'd like to thank Roadcat Media for producing this week's episode. If you have any audio or video editing needs, please contact Roadcat Media at roadcatmedia@gmail.com.
I don't even think you took a breath. You were
I
just
did
like,
that like bam, 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 bam. Wow, you taking a breath? Yeah. Speaking of doctors, bitch, before you start reading yours, are you going to have that cough checked out
Yes.
next
But
year
I'm-
in January?
Next year. I'm waiting. Yes, because you're
401k is going to be bigger and you're hoping I go first?
no, because your deductible restarts in January. Why am I going to try to spend it all now and I don't have enough time to go back for a recheck or something?
Gotcha.
Got to wait till after the first of the year.
Look at you planning financially.
Hell yeah, that's why I said you can't go to the doctor till
Okay.
after the first of the year
I
or
told
have a
you,
heart attack.
no
or
heart
nothing.
attacks till January.
Okay, that's fine. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X.
And help support this podcast by becoming a member of Patreon. There, you will get pre and post show content right along with unedited episodes. That's at patreon.com/me and Mrs. Always Right.
Just gonna let y'all know. I know that y'all heard about my weird dream with the bugs,
Crabs. That's
but-
a story.
but he had a weird dream that he talked about pre-show. So
That's it.
if you were a Patreon member, you would get it.
All right.
Just
Well, I
saying.
love you.
Well, I love you too, honey. I do
All right.
love you.
Hey, I'm not dead
Okay.
yet. You can keep saying it. Okay.
I'm going to say it every day. I tell you every day.
All right. I love you, baby.
I love you too, honey.
You have a good night.
All right. You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Bye. Merle.
I love Merle.
I know.
I do love Merle.
I know.
I know. I can't wait to find Merle.
Shh. Silence.